the lucky bastard. Ethan Wolf coming at you literally live, man. There's nothing between your screen and my screen other than air, atmosphere. So get ready for this shit because it's serious, man. Hey, reach out and grab you. You can talk to us via your little chat. Please do it. Please do it. Please do it. We're drinking, getting drunk. So we're more open to talking to you in, via that chat. Jason, before we get into the show, we are going to do, I better do the intro, dude. Breakout wide receivers, man. We got 6 of them. You're all, is Rashee Rice on there? Is Rashee Rice on there? No, and we'll talk about that in a second, Jason. That's a teaser. That's what they call a tease.
Oh.
We don't get paid, but this is a business, apparently. And that's what they do in the fucking business. Jason, before we get into the show, I see you pounding that beer. What are you drinking, man? What are you drinking?
Kombucha.
You've been saying that for like 2 years.
There's a reason why I say it.
You know what's never touching my lips? Is kombucha. I had one of those goddamn boba teas once, and I almost threw up. I was like, dude, who the fuck is drinking balls, dude? What are we doing here? Are you supposed to chew them? You swallow them?
Drinking balls.
Fuck all that. Please tell the public how they can help the show, Jason, because we need it. You see our subscribers, man. Let's roll. Please subscribe.
Yeah, if you made it this far, please hit the subscribe, press the like. We like the likes. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about these 6 players, wide receivers we are going to talk about today. Do you agree or do you disagree? We're also on Spotify, the Fantasy Red Zone, and we appreciate the 5 or 6 subscribers we got in this past week. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, that one subscribe that dropped, it's okay.
Please come back.
I was about to threaten something, but I was like, why would I do that?
Me too.
All right, Jason.
Yeah.
News and brews. This is a staple around here. And now we're doing it live, man, on Fridays. Dude, what time is it right now? It's 8 o'clock probably on the East Coast. There's drunk people on the East Coast. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Jason. It's 5 o'clock right here. So that's kind of convenient. And I don't know. I've got beers around me, Jason. I counted them once. I think there's like 50 tall cans around me.
Gosh, dude, that's gas. You can fix that door, the garage door that you ran into with that money.
I didn't run into technically I did not run into my own garage door. That was my car. It was unmanned. Okay? It was unmanned. I was ghost riding, dog. Jason, the news and the brews.
I was ghost riding? Yeah.
Hey, this is important right here. This is actually super important. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
The Chiefs signed 6'3". He runs like a 4'4". He runs a 4 foot 40. Runs a 440, 4.440. Oh my god, dude. A 4.440. That's too many goddamn fours. He's a badass rugby player, Jason. Go watch the highlights of this guy. He is known as like the most athletic, the athletic freak of the rugby community. His name is I know it's Zammit because I was thinking, God, Zammit. Louis Zammit. 3-year deal with some guaranteed money signing bonus. Jason, he hit 24.2 miles per hour on the rugby field. That is a full mile per hour faster than Tyreek Hill. But Tyreek Hill, runs in pads and a helmet. So that's the difference.
They played like the World Cup of rugby, and it was Wales, and they went up against Australia, who's well known for the rugby stuff, and they beat Australia 40-6 in the cup. And now Australia, it's the largest deficit the largest loss that they ever had, and now Australia is like dropped down to like the 11th seed.
They're disgraced.
Yeah.
But Jason, this guy is. So I want to point out that with the new kickoff rules, it's kind of a rugby play to start the game off with. So special teams, I think, was a weakness for Kansas City, if I remember correctly, Jason. I don't know. I can't remember when we were going over teams, but I feel like that was a weakness. And yeah, man. So getting this guy is huge for that. And he's going to be a hybrid running back wide receiver. Plus, Jason, they picked up Hollywood Brown. I'm wrapping all this into why, because I was thinking Rashee Rice would be a breakout wide receiver. Number one, I think he already broke out. Number two, I think that Rondell Moore, Hollywood Brown is real, dude. Like that guy is real. With Patrick Mahomes throwing deep, that might become a part of their playbook again. And then this guy right here, fucking coming out of the backfield, man. CEH sayonara, Saka. And then, man, I don't know, around goal lines and shit. I need to see this dude, man, because 6'3", 200 pounds, and that fast.
Do you feel like Do you feel like the ADP for Hollywood Brown is going to be better or worse than last year because of his poor performance for the Cardinals, or now that he's a Chief? Does that make sense? Do you think it's going to increase because he's a Chief now, or is it lower because he was?
I think it's lower because he had such a shitty season, even with Kyler Murray, who Kyler Murray was like his college teammate. That was like best case scenario, Jason, what people were drafting Hollywood Brown on last season. So I think that yeah, and it's only that 1 year deal or 2 year deal that Hollywood Brown signed, so he's betting on himself. I don't know. I would believe in he's going to go later. I would want this dude way late. We'll talk about some of these breakout players, Jason. I'm going to get like are such good gambles late. I think this guy might be kind of one of them, really. I mean, I don't know. I need to see it in real life, but I just know that they need weapons, Jason, and this guy seems like a badass weapon.
There's been a rugby player before. I think he played for the 49ers, and he was a kick returner.
Yeah, but this guy is like the Michael Jordan. I'm telling you, man. Like, this guy is supposed to be like a freak. Anyways, moving forward, Jason, Raheem Mostert got a new deal. And let's see, in 2 years, $9 million. He was fourth among running backs in points per game last season, first in rushing touchdowns. I owned him. Guess what, dude? Achan's going to go way before him, and where Mostert is, you should draft him again. So everything aligned for him last year. Achan was injured. Mostert was not somehow. But, Jason, still worth the risk, I think. The honey is worth the squeeze. The berry's worth the squeeze. Whatever the fuck they say.
The orange juice is worth the pulp.
I thought you were saying the blacker the berry, the sweeter the cheese.
No. Yeah. I think he's going to probably be going in the same spot as he did last year just because of Achan and his age. But we see what he could do when he's finally healthy for a whole season, man. So if you're going to get him, hopefully he could do it again. Just stay healthy because 18 touchdowns, he probably won't hit that again. But, we said the same thing about Austin Eckler.
Yeah, and Jason, he's going to be going around the same draft, around the same draft capital and fantasy-wise, same round, I guess, as a lot of rookie running backs. He's going to be going like 6th, 7th round, probably. So I think I'd rather get Mostert, and if you get Mostert as your flex, that's amazing.
That's what you did,
Jason. What was I going to do? Oh, Hassan Reddick. He was a big deal, but last year he signed a new deal. Jason, no, he didn't sign a new deal. I'm reading something else. He went to the Jets, got traded to the Jets, and I thought this was crazy for a 2026 third round pick. 2026.
Yeah, I don't get it, but
I was like, holy shit. But you know what? I trust the Jets will know how to use him because, dude, fucking one thing that's for sure is the Jets pass rush, and they have the coverage, to make quarterbacks have to wait a while. So, yeah, man, I think it's going to be a great trade, but I just thought that was kind of funny that fucking 2026 picks already. I'm getting old, dude.
The Jets are making moves. I think Reddick was like he's 5th in sacks since he's entered the NFL.
And I think he'll be good this year on that team. So that's one of the few defensive coaches that are still good. All right, Jason, this is going to come back in a minute, I'm sure, because I think we have a couple wide receivers on this team to talk about. Green Bay Packers wide receiver Christian Watson, Jason, hamstring in parentheses, was sent to Badger Athletic Performance this offseason to better gauge his injury prevention. Head coach Matt Flores said Tuesday, March 26th. So, yeah, dude, like this fool has to, it's almost like Tua going to learn jujitsu, like he needs to learn how not to get injured. Christian Watson, 2nd round draft pick out of North Dakota State or some shit like that. I was all about him his rookie year. But yeah, man, it's he is injury prone, and that's the way it is, dude. I don't know if he's too lean with all those muscles, all those joints and shit. He's on, I have no idea, Jason. He might have been on steroids since he was 12, and now his joints are fucked.
This is better news than I thought. When you said hamstring, I thought you were going to say he pulled a hamstring getting off the couch.
Well, I mean, yeah. And I don't know about his college career, Jason, but his pro career has given us nothing to believe that he will not get injured on a consistent basis. So, that's why we're talking about wide receivers that we're going to be talking about today. And Christian Watson will always be overdrafted until he proves that he cannot be, he's not injury prone. So he's going to go higher than Jason. Is he the highest drafted Green Bay wide receiver this season?
No, he can't be.
Who's going to go higher?
Dude, you got to get Reed before him.
All right.
No?
Because I can't remember what round Christian Watson went, but I was like, fuck that, dude. I do not want Christian Watson that round. And I think he might go around the same round again, or maybe a round later.
Wasn't he like terrible. The 4th or 5th round last year?
Yeah, I think he might go. Dude, Jordan Love. Now people know Jordan Love is legit. And they're just like, Christian Watson, like his upside is ridiculous. He's going to go in that 5th, 6th, 7th round, man. It's going to be crazy.
And you think Reed won't?
I think Reed will go behind him.
Ooh, damn. Now that would be a steal that we need to talk about.
That will not be our rankings because we're legit here, folks. We don't bow down to the goddamn ring. We don't kiss the ring over here, man. We're not like we're not on any sex tapes in Diddy's video, so we got nothing on us, motherfucker.
R. Kelly 10 years later.
I've been listening to 50 Cent for a long time saying that fucking P. Diddy is into weird shit. And there you go. All right, Jason, last thing. There's not much news, which is a huge curveball relative to the last couple of weeks, Jason. Chargers GM says Joshua Palmer is due for a big leap. So kind of want to get your, because Joshua Palmer, man, I've been about him for like 2 years, I think. When they were 2 years ago, he came up huge for me. Last season, he had a couple big games. I know it was a Keenan Allen show, but still. But now, if they draft a number 1 wide receiver, if they draft a Rome Odunze or something like that, I will be interested. If they draft anybody after Rome Odunze, Jason, I think that I will be drafting Joshua Palmer over any rookie that is drafted by them.
Yeah, I think you would have to do that. He has some sort of rapport with Justin Herbert. I don't know how much I believe in him, though, but I'm getting him before Quentin Johnson.
Oh, what? Who is that? Who the fuck are you? Who is that, man? Who is that? He's on a milk carton, Jason. I don't even know who that guy is.
Dr. Dre's dead. He's locked in a basement.
That's right. He's on a milk carton.
Yeah. In the video.
I know. I was all thinking about the video. I was like, man, what song is that? I can't remember what that is.
I'm Slim Shady. Yes, I'm the real Shady.
Oh, I thought it was like, I'm walking on with my barking dogs with my Walkman on, something on. So me and Dre will burn this motherfucking house and we'll go home. Anyways, Jason, let's go. That is it. But so any wide receiver, but you agree with that, right? If they don't draft Rome Odunze or higher, you're out on you're out on the rookie wide receiver there. You draft Joshua Palmer over them.
Yes.
So I forget who it was, man, but somebody legit just came on a sports radio show and they said Joe Alt is still who they're going to draft. And Joe Alt, man, look at his mass and his shuffle drill. Like, Joe Alt is going to be fucking insane. Joe Alt delete. Jason, I don't know why people aren't saying that shit. It's hilarious. But Jason, it was going to say that they were going to be drafting a wide receiver. Like, after the combine, they're like, oh, everybody's like, they're going to draft Rome Odunze or something like that. I don't think so. That is not the case anymore. They're either going to trade back, and if they have to pick at their spot, it's going to be Joe Alt delete. So, man, I think games. I think Joshua Palmer is going to be a steal next year.
Jim is just playing games.
Jim Harbaugh. All right,
you know Jason, what he'd be doing.
We're doing 6 people, and you're even, right?
Yeah.
Let's get into this shit, man. Breakout wide receivers. This is some serious stuff. We did not do this last year. I know we had mid-round gyms, we had late sleeper picks, stuff like that. But as far as picking breakouts, we did not do this last year, and this is mostly based on a professional article. But still, when you think about it, these are worth their ADP when we're talking about breakouts. So some of these might not be like superstar wide receivers by the end of the year, but where they might win you a league being in your flex as it goes, Jason.
Well said. Yes.
I don't know what, man. I've been drinking. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking
That
about.
was good.
I'm
That
the
was
words
good.
of air. Think, speak. Think, speak. Anders.
Oh, is that from Workaholics?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's, you know who says it is Adam.
Adam's the one that says it? You would think it would be
He's like, you say this weird. He's like, you say the weirdest things or something. Like, think, speak, Anders. And Adam, you know, the weirdest fucking dude ever.
Yeah.
All right, man. Wide receiver breakouts. Let's go. What's number 6?
Oh, you okay? Want me to go first then? George Pickens.
I mean, it's obvious, but we have to talk about it.
Right. This one wasn't in the article. This was a throw-in, the one that I wanted to talk about. Will this guy be a secret or a surprise in 2023? Pickens had 106 targets in 2023, and before the quarterback changes, Deontay Johnson was averaging 8 targets a game. With Johnson being traded, those extra targets, well, they need to go somewhere. Comparison. Cortland Sutton had 90 targets last season with Wilson, and he had 10 touchdowns. Who is going to be the wide receiver in the red zone to compete for those 50-50 balls in the end zone? It won't be Calvin Austin. Maybe it might be an Allen Robinson, but I doubt it because the Steelers released him 3 weeks ago. Pickens can win you those 50-50 balls. Check out his highlights. You'll see 20 spectacular catches from the last 2 years. And the training camp video, he should have that Madden, was it Madden like 13 where they had the symbol, the spectacular catch. They have the little emblem there. He deserves it. And he has the speed to beat you deep. In Wilson's career, he was never shy to throw deep to players like Tyler Lockett. He even was like he didn't make that many attempts last year in that, Broncos defense, but he was trying to get to Marvin Mims as well too. My only fear is Arthur Smith screwing up that offense because he doesn't know how to work his star players, but Pickens will be the prime wide receiver 1 on a team with no other wide receiver getting 70 targets.
Jason, we need to figure out who the backup tight end for the Pittsburgh Steelers is because they're gonna get all the fantasy football points.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington. You're right. It's that huge dude I was talking about in the offseason.
Yeah. What's that guy's name? I can't remember.
Oh, dude, he's gonna get all the fucking points. Jason, do you remember Jonnu Smith?
I heard of him. Yeah, I've heard of him.
But I think you're right. And did you talk about? I know that you said that Russell Wilson likes to go deep. Did you talk about deep rate, throwing rate? Like their deep rate, which is how often they throw deep balls relative to everything else.
So we did a video about 4 days ago that Tyler really broke that down. Go back and watch it. But what'd you say? Last year he didn't.
Kenny Pickett was like 30th. Yeah, Kenny Pickett was like 30th or 32nd in deep rate. He never went deep at all, dude, ever. He had those gloves. He's like, fuck that shit. And Russell Wilson, 8th in deep rate. So wasn't always the most accurate, but hey, dude, he took his shots. With George Pickens, it doesn't really matter if you're accurate. That's why you throw to him. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's a big deal there. But on a serious note, Jason, I wonder if Pat Freiermuth is going to be the number 1 target on this team. And what do you think about Cordero Patterson? And I mean, they threw they did not throw to the running back a lot, Jason, did they? You were a Bijan owner.
Yeah, Bijan had, I think, like 40, 50 completions last year.
So do you think that would go to Jalen Warren this year, maybe?
Dude, it could, or even Najee Harris. I am not afraid of Cordell Patterson going over there.
I think Cordell Patterson might be a return specialist with the new kickoff, Jason.
Oh, yep. That might as well just hand him the ball, dude.
Yep. The rule changed and like, oh fuck, man, we need Cordell. Get him in here.
Yeah, bring him back.
It does scare me, and from what I saw on Reddit, it scares a lot of people. I think that I would invest in. Who would you invest in, Jason? Who do you think's at their ADP? I don't know. I know this is off subject, but Najee Harris or Jalen Warren?
I think they're both going to drop, man. I think they're going to draw. Najee Harris was what, round 3 or 4?
I was pushing him last year. He was one of my biggest misses on running back, but probably my only miss on running back.
I think they're both going to be in the running back dead zone. I might favor Najee Harris just because of Arthur Smith.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I tend to agree, man, because I heard people like Jalen Warren's going to be the truth this year, and I'm like, fuck, dude. Like Cordell Patterson might catch. I have no idea. They're saying Cordell Patterson on the 1 yard lines and stuff. It might be. I'm gonna have to get whoever I get on this team is gonna have to be late because I really do not want an Arthur Smith. We talked about this, Jason. We don't want an Arthur Smith skill position.
No, and just so you know, Bijan Robinson had 58 receptions last year.
Shit, dude. Okay, they were saying that Arthur Smith's offense was good to Bijan in receptions. So as he barely, he was not on the field all the time, and he still got 50 whatever receptions. Jalen Warren, I don't know, man. I see we have to go over the tape and some thinking on that one. All right, man.
Who do we got next?
Somebody I talked about already, but I got new information, Jason. I went back. I did some more research. I got drunk, and then you see everything from a different angle.
Is this
Tupac Shakur?
Tupac Shakur.
I thought that. Did you watch the end of that short, Jason?
Dude, I watched it 7 times just so I could see the ending of it. And
I thought that shit was so funny when you were all Tupac Shakur.
Yeah. It comes out of nowhere.
Like, it'd be so funny if I was like, and then you were just like Tupac Shakur.
Yeah.
Because I even took it out of order.
Yeah.
Anyway,
in the beginning.
The one thing that I'm going to do, Jason, no more shorts with just my fucking face on there. I'm going to have to learn how to put a goddamn picture on there.
Yeah.
Should be easier than a video. I'm going to have to learn how to do the videos like you, but I'm just going to at least put a picture on the short because that makes people click on it at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
So anyways, moving forward, that's what I'm going to do. Let me know what you think live, dude. This shit's live, dog. You can talk to us live, man. This is microphone. It's all metal and shit. Talk to us. Anyways, Jason. Shakur, wide receiver 61, 49 catches, 686 yards. He did have 4 touchdowns, man. So that's not bad. PFF, Jason, I was going to share this article with you today. Named him Buffalo's secret superstar. PFF went and named secret superstars for every single team, Jason. I thought it might be a kind of a cool video to go over. He had a 76.8 PFF grade. That is 29th amongst wide receivers. So, I mean, you think about, 32 teams. Fuck, that's actually pretty good, dude. He led the NFL in yards per target. We talked about that at 13.6. So he's not just a slot guy. He does go a little bit deeper, which is counterintuitive when you look at his body, Jason. Look at that body, dog. Led NFL in catch rate with 88% and passer rating generated. So at 141.5. So like I said, technically there is no better connection than Josh Allen and this guy right here, Shakur. Entering his 3rd year, so he's still young as shit. Gabe Davis to the Jags. Fuck Gabe Davis, dude. He won me, 2 games before? Lost me 18 games? Davis had 81 targets. It's a lot of targets. Shakur, 8.9 and 16.5 fantasy points in final 2 games with Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator, and that was without Gabe Davis. So expect Shakur to be around, 10 to 15 points every single week, for you. Oh my God, man. You get him in your flex super late. Let's go, dude. His ceiling is even higher, Jason. He caught a touchdown in back-to-back playoff games. And guess what? He is their kick returner, Jason. And kick returning just got real.
And you get 6 points for a kick return if you have that player. Listen here. He caught a league high 14.3% of his targets above expected.
Woo!
And caught 16 straight targets dating back to week 16.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man. This guy might be the truth.
I'm serious. Like, if I'm looking for a flex, like, I do not want him as my wide receiver too. If he's my like, if he's like the fourth wide receiver on my team, I'm gonna be like, holy shit, dude. Like, that's where I want my high upside, low draft capital players. So I want to get 3 solid wide receivers and then maybe fuck around with some people like Shakur. But he literally he has a potential to be a league winner, Jason. Stephon Diggs, we need to see how the draft goes, but with just Stephon Diggs there, it seems, anyways, you know what I'm saying, man.
Curtis Samuel is a Buffalo Bill.
Oh shit. I remember seeing that and I was going to text you that and be like, what do you think about this, man? And Curtis Samuel played like that. Shakir, he was like that weird. He's a wild card. As the only thing about Curtis Samuel's, well, I mean, Shakur gets injured too. So it might be Shakur insurance, man. Now that they get Curtis Samuel, Jason, they are not drafting wide receiver. There will be no wide receiver drafted. There's not going to be a tight end drafted either. They're going offensive line, defense, Jason. That's all they're going.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because did you say that Shakir, he normally plays in the slot, correct?
Yeah, I mean, because it was Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs, and then Shakur in the slot. So you know what? If Curtis Samuel's way more likely to take that outside role, Jason, because Shakur is so small.
Yeah.
So I think Shakur is staying put, and I would bet on Shakur unless Curtis Samuel gets fucking rushes, I don't care. Now that I think about it straight.
Yeah.
Unless they trade Diggs, which I've heard rumors of.
Oh.
But, unless that happens, that's just going to be the way it is, Jason.
Yeah, Samuel's a bigger back. I bet you they do put him in the outside.
No, seriously. Like, I think now talking about it out loud, I think that's the way it's going to be. So I'm totally confident with Shakur again. All right, Mr. Jason, who is your next player?
Jaden Reed. Yeah, speaking of Packers, am I right? Okay, with injuries to Christian Watson, Reed stepped up to the plate. He averaged 13 points a game, highest on the Packers team. He led the Packers for the most fantasy points versus man and was second in fantasy points in zone, but 22% target rate with 255 routes run in zones. His total stats for last year was 64 catches, 793 yards, and 8 receiving touchdowns. So the most important stat, though, is that he had 11 carries for 119 yards and 2 touchdowns. I don't see Watson or Dobbs getting 11 carries. No, sir. We see Deebo Samuel go nuclear because of his ability to score rushing touchdowns. Deebo's rookie rushing totals are close to Reed's rushing stats from 2023. With Reed getting a sophomore jump in the receiving game and Watson can't stay healthy, his receiving game will be better. But if they continue to give him carries on the ground and increase the amount to Deebo's average the last 2 years of around 40 carries, while averaging 10 yards per carry, that's what he's been doing, I believe he can rush for over 200 yards with 5 to 6 rushing touchdowns to add to his receiving numbers. That is huge coming from our wide receiver. We see it with Percy Harvin, and we've seen it with Deebo Samuel.
Good job, Jaden. Yeah. No, I mean, Jaden Reed, man, was on my waiver wire show for so long. And it's like his knack for touchdowns. And so the question you got to ask yourself is, do you believe in Jordan Love or not? So I do. I did not last year. I thought he was shit. I thought that was it, man. I did not trust anybody on this offense. I did not invest in any Green Bay Packers, like most people, and that's why they are, talked about a lot now, Jason, because they just won a lot of people leagues and stuff like that. But when I think about Jaden Reed next season, dude, I think that this offense is good. Their offensive line is already, I think they're projected to be the number 4 offensive line going into next season. They're always good. Matt LaFleur, offensive head coach with all those weapons. Jaden Reed I think has the most potential. He has the highest ceiling out of any wide receiver on this team. Well, fuck. No, Christian Watson does. But in a perfect world, dude, it'd be Christian Watson and Jaden Reed, and they would just run shit. But the way that this is going, it's not the way it's going. And it's, somewhere on this team is a league winner, Jason. I mean, there's 4 wide receivers on this team that you could look at. And I don't want Christian Watson. And Romeo Doubs is kind of like, he's just like the most low ceiling one on this team, Jason. So really it's between 2 other wide receivers, and Jaden Reed just kind of is the safest bet out of all of them. So yeah, Jaden Reed is a breakout. And where he's going to go, dude, maybe around what, like fucking 10 or something like that. I think that if he's your wide receiver 3, like I would rather have him as my wide receiver 3 over Shakur and stuff like that. I don't know why, but just something about Jaden Reed, man. He was always getting touchdowns and shit like that. Did you say how many touchdowns did he have?
Yeah, it was like 8, I think. Yeah, he had 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, and so like that was huge for him. And as a rookie, I mean, that's like Rob Gronkowski, 2 touchdowns less, Sam Laporta and stuff like that.
He had 10 total touchdowns on the year because he had 2 rushing touchdowns. So Reed, I like Reed, especially with what we're seeing out of this offense. What you said, Tyler, adding the offensive line, Josh Jacobs, Christian Watson is always hurt, and they're giving this guy the ball in the run game. That's more opportunities. And from the stats I've read, this guy can't be covered man versus man. It can't happen.
Yeah, he's really good against man.
He was great against man. He scored the most fantasy points on the Packers in man coverage last year. He's a go-to guy when it's man and blitzing. Tyler, we got our first chat.
Who was it? What did he say?
Mo G. Do you remember him? I remember him. Mo G.
I remember him. Yeah, he's cool.
He said he won the ship because of Reed. Fire flame.
Fucking A, dude. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like this guy, there will be another league winner on this team. In the Jaden Reed, the next Jaden Reed, it's like Jaden Reed 2.0 is the guy I'm going to talk about here in a second.
Dude, let's get into that, Tyler, because I'm excited about this guy.
Yeah, I'll just write it. Yeah.
Dontavian.
Dontavian. So, Wicks. I'll just put Wicks. John. Oh, my God. I can't fucking spell. I was thinking John Wick. How can I make this like a John Wick? Dontavian Wick, fucking 3. He fights Boban. Dude, this guy was wide receiver 58. 39 catches for 581 yards. 4 touchdowns. I did not realize he had 4 touchdowns, Jason. When I thought about this guy, I thought this guy was like a Deshaun Jackson. I don't know. Just caught deep balls. This guy's a 5th-round rookie, Jason. 5th-round rookie. So it was, I think Jalen Reed was like a 3rd-round rookie, and then Dontavian Wicks was a 5th-round rookie. PFF. Hey, guess what, Jason? I got some super secret superstars on my team. PFF named him a Green Bay's secret superstar. 77.8 PFF grade. I did not realize he was this good, Jason. He is 26th amongst wide receivers in PFF grade. 5.6 yards after catch per reception, man. So when he catches the ball, he does not go down. That is 19th overall. So including tight ends. When you include tight ends, man, it's crazy. So let's see. He averaged 16.9 fantasy points per game over the last 3 games of the season with a high at 24.1 points. So his floor was around 11, ceiling of 24.1. Last 3 games, man, 6'1", 200 pounds, 4.640. What? That's not good. The pack of it, Jerry Rice, dude, I think it was 6'1", 200, and like a fucking 4'7" or some shit. Packers, man, wide receivers were injury prone all 2023, and they have a number 4 offensive line. Jason, I kept on seeing this guy's name because we're not rich. I don't have I got to watch free cable to watch football, and all of a sudden I see the ticker for the Green Bay Packers, Dontavian Wicks, man, or a highlight Dontavian Wicks. I thought this guy was like super fast watching him, on those highlights and shit.
Yeah.
4.640 kind of blew my mind, man. So this is one of those examples of this guy is much faster in pads than you realize, or whatever I'm trying to say. And dude, I think he had 20 third-yard targets. He got 70% of those. Dude, if you're telling me a rookie got 20 third-down targets, Jason, he's catching touchdowns. We don't know who the number 1 wide receiver on this team is. We're talking about Jalen Reed, dude, probably going like, I don't even know. Where's Jalen Reed going to go? Around 7-ish. You could get this guy like in round 14 or some crazy shit. So as far as where he goes in the draft, Jason, I think that he will be the best Green Bay Packer for his value versus ADP.
Dude, I'm excited about this guy. Did you know he had more receptions last year than Christian Watson?
Well, fuck, dude. How many games did Christian Watson play, man?
Exactly.
That's all.
The only thing that was an issue with Wicks, when there was times where the receiving core was actually healthy, he couldn't get on the field. When people started getting hurt, he was getting opportunities, and he was killing it. I'm telling you right now, go to YouTube and look at his route running highlights. It is insane.
As a rookie,
you will see certain movement out there that you're like, this kind of reminds me of like a Cooper Kupp.
I think you say Devontae Adams.
That's what I really wanted to say, dude. I don't know why I said Cooper Kupp, to be honest. I even had it written down in my note. It says Devontae Adams, but then I changed my mind. I don't know. I got insecure.
You got caught up in the hype, man.
But anyway, go check it out. You won't be disappointed. He will win you heart with that. And if you miss out on Reed, get this guy later. Get him later. He's going to be.
I'm saying, Jason, fuck Reed, dude. Go wait for this guy. No, I'm not saying fuck Reed. I would probably get Reed. Like Reed, I think Reed is totally worth the juice is worth the squeeze, Jason, on Reed. You tell me he goes like 7th, 8th round. I'm all about Reed because I think that he's going to be the highest scoring fantasy player on the wide receivers for the Packers. And Jordan Love's going to be a top maybe 7 quarterback. So there you go, man. Like that's like a 3rd round value on a late wide receiver.
I'm very excited about Wicks.
I'm very excited. Can you tell? I'm very excited. I'm very excited right now. All right, Jason.
Yeah.
Next up, who you got?
Is this my last one?
Yes.
Okay, it is. Okay, this is the one I am 50-50 on. All right, Josh Downs. Let me take a drink.
Are you downs with the sickness? Your mother get it. Are you down?
Tyler, I'm going to need your input on this, okay?
Why? Because I was all about the downs last year?
No, yeah. Well, okay, so he definitely has a chance to have a breakout season in 2024. He showed us his speed, his talent, and toughness last season. He scored long touchdowns, even though he played through his season injury, and he will be the second option on a team as a slot receiver. He played the 3rd most snaps in the slot last year. And the Colts offense, when they're healthy, can and will be quite dangerous. My only concern is the great games came from Gardner Minshew and not starting quarterback Anthony Richardson. Richardson played in weeks 1, 2, and 4 last year. Downs scored 6, 7, and 5 points those weeks. And Richardson scored 17 points or more those weeks. So it's not like he was having a bad week. He was having good games.
Yeah.
Richardson set out week 3, and Downs had 13 points. And then in week 5, when Minshew started, 15 points, then 13, then 23, and 14 points before Downs pretty much got hurt. Week 3 with Minshew, he had 12 targets in the third week as a rookie. The most by far when Richardson was considered the starter. So when Richardson was a starter, that was the most targets that he got, and it was from a backup. During the games Richardson played, Pittman had 11, 12 targets, and so on. At that time, Downs was invisible, and Pittman was hyper-targeted. Can you see my concern, Tyler? Do you see it?
Yeah, no, because it's all flooding back to me. It's flooding back, man. So I remember Downs was like my number one waiver wire pickup after Anthony Richardson went down, because I was like, hey, dude, did you see what happened when Gardner Minshew went in there? And then it continued, man. Gardner Minshew was like literally all about Downs. Like Downs was getting like double-digit targets, then he got injured. And then Michael Pittman was just the dude after that. And they just paid Michael Pittman Jr., Jason. They just paid him. So, but you and I think are both Shane Steichen like fucking truther. We were like all about him.
Yeah.
And so we got super excited. I did. It built my confidence that Josh Downs was taken like in the third round by Shane Steichen. I'm like, holy shit, man. So I do believe that Josh Downs will be an amazing wide receiver, but it depends on the progression of Anthony Richardson, because he's not going to be the number one wide receiver, Jason. So if Anthony Richardson starts coming out here, you know how Jalen Hurts made a big leap and shit like that? When Jalen Hurts made his big leap, he could support 2 wide receivers before he could only support 1. So Josh Downs depends on Anthony Richardson becoming Jalen Hurts, which I do think will happen. Like, I literally think it will happen. But do I think it will happen this year? Shane Steichen, I think, had him for 2 years, and the second year was his fucking MVP year, pretty much. So this year, but the problem is that Anthony Richardson got injured in the beginning of the year. So I think that Josh Downs will probably be broken out by the end of the year or next season. But I think I'm going to pick him up or trade for him halfway through the year is what I'm trying to say.
So you're saying there's a good chance that he starts off slow and ends on a good run.
Exactly. And if Anthony Richardson would have finished the year last year in like, shit like that, I would have been like, hey, dude, I bet you Anthony Richardson takes a huge step forward this year, supports 2 wide receivers. But right now, I mean, that could happen. But right now, I don't think so. Right now, I think that will be at the end of the year or one more year. So I will try to probably wait and trade after the draft or some shit like that, because he's going to go late. So that's what I think.
All right, Tyler. Mo G. Richardson is like Lamar-esque, but maybe the injury forces him to throw more.
Dude, that's a totally good point, because what was Lamar's healthiest season, Jason, was this season when he threw the least. So they could look at that and be like, hey, man, Anthony Richardson literally couldn't finish a game, man, because I own him. He'd get 25 points and go out for the game. So, like, I get it. I think that is a good point. So, like, oh my God, I'm drinking, Jason. What was the point again?
That he's like Lamar.
Oh, yeah.
Injuries will force him to throw more instead of run.
Yeah, and thinking about that, because, I mean, I literally think that Shane Steichen's better than any offensive coordinator that Lamar's ever had. So, yeah, dude, Mo, I think that you're totally fucking right there, man. Woo!
So do you have the courage, after everything we just talked about, do you have the courage to get Josh Downs early? I don't know, dude, early. Like,
who would I rather have? Who would I rather have draft, Dontavian Wicks or Josh Downs? I think they're kind of similar, Jason, right now.
Well, yeah, that comparison, I think I would go with Downs.
Well, see, me too, but I was talking about taking Dontavian Wicks like in the 14th round. So, like, I think Downs is going to go like in the 10th or 11th. So, thinking that way, Jason, I don't know. I think I'm going to trade for him later. That sounds terrible.
No, I think that's good, Tyler. Like, we're talking about how he's going to start off slow and great, but why don't we have someone else draft him after 7-8 weeks? Be like, you know what? Hey, You know what? Let me give you Curtis Samuel for
After 3 weeks, man. After 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Damn, that's not a slow start then, really.
No, you're right. I'm just thinking about this fucking. You know how people are, dude. After like the first 3 weeks, they're like, "Fuck my team. Everybody's for sale. Mike Evans is for sale.
Fire sale.
Fire sale. Mike Evans needs to get out of here." And I'm like, "Fuck Mike Evans, dude."
Yeah, yeah.
So hey, and I think I one of my shows like, "Hey, dude," on our show, Jason. I'm like, "Hey, dude, people are gonna be trying to trade you, Mike Evans. Don't fall for that bullshit."
Yeah.
Hey, I'm human. Jason's human.
We're human.
Maybe in the future we will not be. We could like integrate, dude. Elon will like see the show. He'll be like, "Hey, dude, we'll fucking put shit in your brain, make you right." All right, Jason.
Shit in your brain.
I think that was it, right?
We got the last one. There's another one I've been waiting for.
Your London Bridge is falling down. Your London, whatever that song was, it was terrible.
Fergie.
Fergie. All right, man. So Drake London. If you've been watching this channel, Jason, who have been my 2 MVPs since we started this show?
James Cook and Drake London.
I was a year late on one, right? A year late on James Cook. Hey, so that means you better get your ass on some Drake London this season, Jason. And everything is aligning for Drake London. So when I named him my MVP, Jason, he was averaging like 87 yards a game over the last like 8 games or some shit like that. That was like wide receiver 7. And I was like, dude, Ritter's going to do better than he did at the end of last season. Let's go. Yeah, apparently not, dude. Tape on Ritter. One of the worst quarterbacks in the league. So he's had Marcus Mariota, who has supported nobody. And he's had Ritter, who has supported Jonnu Smith. And that's it, Jason. So not good. Wide receiver 37 on the year, 69 catches. That's cool. If I was Jake London, I'd fucking get that shit engraved on my gravestone. 905 yards, Jason. 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. Atlanta had the 4th highest rushing percentage at pretty much 48%. For a long time, Jason, it was they were one of the 3 teams that ran the ball more than they threw the ball, so they were over 50%. But this is behind Chicago, Baltimore, and San Francisco. The problem there is that the Atlanta had the 7th lowest points per game scored as well at 18.9. So Baltimore scored a ton of points, even though they rushed a lot. San Francisco scored like almost the most points, even though they rushed a lot. Chicago was in the middle, even though they rushed a lot. Dude, fucking Atlanta was like, oh my God, dude, we can't score points. Well, let's keep on rushing the ball. 23% target share, Jason. So that's decent. I mean, it's nothing like we want. We want like 30%. We want like high 20s, man. 0 points week 1. 0 points. And I named him my MVP. I felt like an asshole. And very loose butthole, Jason. That was loose butthole. And had a high of 29.2 points week 14. So you're like, I remember, Jason, I was like, hey, man, this guy can still be the MVP. I have a chance. 29.2 points week 14. He went on to average 7 points pretty much over the last 4 games of the season. So if you started him in your playoffs, you got fucked, dude. You got fucked. So Drake London, man, bad taste in everybody's mouth. Then Kirk Cousins coming to Atlanta, man. His wife lives there. He's like, I'm coming to Atlanta. Oh, okay, that's good. Kirk had 18 touchdowns through 8 games, man. 18 touchdowns through 8 games. That would have been, what, 36 plus touchdowns? That would have been like, dude, that'd been like almost 40 touchdowns on the season. His high is like 35, Jason. When he's with the Vikings in the McVay offense, Jason, he's averaged like over 30 touchdowns a year. And now he gets, what is it, dude? Zach Robinson, the McVay system, a wide receiver system that KOC runs in Minnesota. So, dude, Kirk Cousins set up for success. They hyper-target wide receivers. Who the fuck is he going to throw to, Jason? He's all Darnell Mooney. Oh, my God, we were the same fucking division together. No, dude, that's not going to happen, man. That's not going to happen. And it's Rondell Moore. Oh, I saw how shitty you were and wherever the hell you were. The Cardinals. Dude, Drake London, Jason, 6'4", 220 pounds. He runs a 4.4, Jason. Mike Evans, 6'5", 225 pounds, 4'5", 40. He's kind of my comp. Number 3 projected O-line, man. So Kirk Cousins is going to have time to throw deep. Who's going to throw to? So Drake London, if he does not break out now, you might as well call him a bust. And if you watch him, Jason, he is good.
This is it. This is his last chance. No excuses after this one. I had him last year, man, and he sat on my bench all year. I started him the first week. I think he had 1 target, but that was it. Yeah, you said it, 0 points. I didn't know when to start him. I never started him. Last year, Tyler, he had posted only 6 top 30 weekly finishes and PPR scoring, 2 of which were top 5 performances. So he only had 2 games that would have helped you win weeks last year. Other than that, he didn't do squat. We keep talking about this guy. I believe he's going to have a breakout. This is going to happen. Everything is falling in place for him to actually be that league winner. The only thing is, everybody thinks the same thing, Tyler. I don't think this guy could be a fantasy MVP for anybody, because I believe he's going to probably go like in the 4th round. All I see every time I read any breakout players articles, Drake London. This is not going to be a secret by the time the league starts next year. In 2023, I believe his ADP was like 7th or 8th round. I believe he's going to be earlier than that this year, because he's going to be like the Najee Harris, and he's just going to climb that board.
Would you get him 3rd round?
No.
Would you get him 4th round?
Yes. I'm all in on my boy.
So this year I'm going, my strategy to win your league is going to be hero running back strategy. So you need a running back in the first 2 rounds. And then that means you got pretty much a wide receiver, because I'm not going to go quarterback. I need to see where Josh Allen goes. If I can get Josh Allen maybe in the 3rd, 4th round, I'll think about it. But yeah, dude, I'm probably going to be waiting on a quarterback this year. Hero running back strategy, I think, is the way to go. Get 1 solid running back, take a bunch of gambles later. So that leaves, man, like a wide receiver. Would I want Drake London as my wide receiver 2 in my 3rd round? I think that is a borderline, Jason. I think that 4th round, I think I would want him. 3rd round, God damn it, dude. I think I would do it. By the time the draft comes around, I think I would do it.
You would have a mid-3rd round pick.
I would have to think about this, but yeah. Because Kirk Cousins, man, literally, I mean, I know he's fucking money in the bank, dude. Hyper target, wide receivers, Jason. I mean, who's going to be catching the balls, man? Is it going to be Kyle Pitts? Can get fucking 10 targets a game, and he can still be a wide receiver, top 10 wide receiver. And if you're telling me I can get a top 10 wide receiver in the 3rd round, that's like, holy shit, dude. That's a league winner. So I get it. Am I going to make him my fantasy MVP? No, because my fantasy MVP, Jason, newsflash, Lewis Zammit.
Is that a politician?
God damn it, Jason. We just talked about him in the news, man. He's the rugby player going to the Chiefs.
Gosh, yeah.
Is that guy a politician? No, my MVP is my glass that holds my beer. Anyways, that is a show. Mo G, dude. Thank you for driving the show, dude. Thank you for driving the show. God damn it, man. Hey, if you are Mo G, guess what, man? You just got invited to the players. The listener league of next season. Boom, 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 boom.
Expect an invite and pay us money.
No, it's free.
Oh.
But we are doing a Patreon next season, Jason, where you can donate as low as $3 a month. Because we fucking do $3 a month, I'd be like, oh yeah, I will take that to my grave, man, from this show.
I could buy 3 burritos with that.
Where the fuck are you buying burritos, dude?
Taco time.
Taco time is actually pretty good. If you're not from the Northwest, you don't know what taco time is. They like deep fry. I feel like they deep fry tamales. And it's like some weird shit. And then all of a sudden you get to the meat in the middle and you're like, holy fuck, this is good.
It's pretty bomb. On a good day.
That's the show. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Like it. You better like it, dude. Share it. Everything, man. We need to get out to the people. I don't know. Maybe we don't get out to the. We need to get spread out, man, like a disease. And you're the only way that you're the carrier. You're the only way that this disease will spread its wings, man. So please subscribe to the show.
The T virus. Tyler has the T virus and he's spreading it to you. You're infected.
Do you know what the T virus is, Jason, from the Umbrella Company?
Yeah, Resident Evil. Resident Evil.
Go out there, watch Resident Evil 1. Jason, I watched the first episode of Band of Brothers because I was like, I fucking hate Friends right now, dude. I need to watch Ross Geller be a dickhole. Man, dude, I was like, I wish I threw a grenade in that fucker's tent by the end of that show.
I wish I'd just like put in his mouth.
I was like,
take away my weekend pass one more time. Do it one more time. Revoke it, please. Please, Ross. I'll pull that pin. God damn it.
Ross Geller, you're a bitch, dog. You're a bitch. Anyways, hopefully we're going to thumbs up. Hopefully we're in a subscription. Let's go. Let's make this shit that people watch, for God's sakes, man. This is the Fantasy Red Zone. Jason, please send us out.
Yeah, we got a video coming out Tuesday. Not quite sure what it is. Might be a ranking. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I'll talk to you in that episode. Deuces.
This is the Fantasy Red Zone, and we appreciate you, Mo G.
Mo G.